Dear Navigator team, colleagues, friends, partners, and potentially also competitors, thanks for inviting us to take the floor and including us in this important discussions on the future of shipping and maritime industries. I will touch upon three topics: decarbonization, digitalization, skills, and recruitment. But first, a few words about Norwegian maritime industry. As for Greece, it is essential to our economy and welfare state. It delivers to and operates in regular shipping, as well as offshore petroleum, fisheries, aquaculture, and new and emerging ocean industries. By fleet value, Norway has the 7th biggest fleet in the world. And out of a total workforce of 3.5 million globally, there are about 20,000 Norwegian seafarers. And as in Greece, we take pride in being one of the leading maritime nations in the world. Now, in the respect to the topics that I will address, consider them as an open invitation to both from the Norwegian industry, but also from our government, to work together, to share knowledge and experience, and to make sure that Europe continues to play a leading role in the maritime industries and on the seas. Europe needs a strategy on our continent that acknowledges and embraces the importance of maritime industries and the importance that it also has on economies and on world trade. The business cannot only be seen as an environmental problem, and the political focus must also be on the opportunities that this sector is offering, very much, I think, in line with what the Secretary General addressed in his speech. But at the same time, there is no reason for you to drag your feet. The vision is and will remain zero emissions. And the road leading there is called decarbonization. Norway wants to be a leader on the way on this path in a cooperation between the authorities and the business sector. We want to be the change. We will cut emissions and at the same time secure the competitiveness of our maritime industries. And we have several instruments in place for supporting the development of green shipping. One of those instruments are taxation of emissions from domestic shipping, which is obviously not so popular with the industry. But this money goes back in form of public funding to research and development, and grants, which they are very fond of, for investments in technologies and infrastructure. Just to give you a few examples, the state sponsors infrastructure for onshore power in shipping. We also sponsor the establishment of 5 hydrogen production plants along the Norwegian coast, including 7 hydrogen and ammonia-powered vessels. We have put green requirements into public tenders for ferries. Today, more than 80 ferries have batteries installed, and we introduce requirements for 0 emissions from ferries by the end of this year. And for high-speed passenger vessels, there will be low and 0 emission requirements by 2025. The government is also working on a national plan for making alternative fuels available in shipping. It will be published in the spring, and it will address the most important barriers for green shipping, not only in our country, but also on the global stage. So get in touch if you are interested in learning more about our initiatives and experiences so far. As mentioned, we cannot, as a small country, figure out all of this on our own. So we're also partner to a number of international initiatives, and I'm not going to mention all of them, but also say that we are very happy that Greece joined the Green Shipping Challenge under the COP27 in Egypt last year, and have also made commitments by your government under the conference there. And this summer we will look to the International Maritime Organization, which will adopt strengthened and revised versions of its climate strategy. And it should maybe not come as a surprise, Norway will work towards carbon pricing of emissions and regulation of fuel standards. Now, the path to decarbonization is paved with investment in innovation and new technology. Digitization is one of them, and I think it's maybe strong words, but a revolution is on its way when it comes to communication at sea. It has great potential for improving reporting, maritime situational awareness, and information exchange. It also opens the road to autonomous ships, and this will have a significant impact on the maritime economy, both by reducing operational costs and increasing efficiency. We have been experimenting in this field for some years now. It's still early days. It's only natural that different solutions are being tested around the world, but going forward, it is crucial that we do not end up with several diverging solutions. We need to work together on this to put necessary international standards in place. Now, the green and the digital transition will have big implications for the skills and the competencies needed. We must step up to make sure young people see a future in the maritime sector. In Norway, maritime education providers have joined forces to adapt to the future and make sure that they educate people with the skills the industry is asking for, and not necessarily what educational institutions might deem as the most important. Today, women represent only 1.2% of the global seafarer workforce. In Norway, the number is a little bit higher, around 11%, and there are very few women on leadership positions. And gentlemen, these figures are nothing to be proud of. This spring, the Norwegian government will present a strategy for diversity and gender equality in the maritime sector. And since the business is very international, we will even translate it into English. So if you would like a copy when it's ready, then let us know. So going back to where I started, the solutions to decarbonization, digitization, and recruitment can only be found when industry and governments work together, both domestically and internationally. So we invite you to join forces. And if you like to have a first-hand experience and update on where we are, then come to Oslo in June. We are preparing for Nor-Shipping 2023. It is anticipated that this year the fair might get one of the largest attendances so far. And also to let you know that if you want to go, but your budgets are a little bit constrained, under our business support program for Greece, you may apply for travel support. Get in touch with us or check out our LinkedIn page for more information. I hope to see you in Oslo, and I hope also to see you around here in Greece during my tenure that will last for the next 3 years. I hope you have an inspiring seminar and discussions on the roundtables later. Thank you very much.